All right, we've got 3 breaks on tap tonight. Some Onyx autographed baseballs and a little Valiant baseball. And then we'll do 2019 Prizm Draft Picks football. So we got a lot of fun stuff ahead. But before we get started ripping, we do have a little bit of information that we go over. So let's get rolling with that up first. Feedback is automated on eBay. Yay, automation. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get the same in return. And of course, the second thing there is just to say thank you, because I do appreciate you spending part of your evening with me, and of course, bidding, breaking, and chatting with me, as many of you do on a regular basis. This is a look at what we're going to be breaking over the days ahead. So tomorrow night, a 5th and final case of National Treasures football, and a 5th case of Inception baseball. On Tuesday night, we'll open a Leaf autograph football jersey and a half case of Donruss baseball that will be the start of a new case. On Wednesday, we're going to start earlier than normal. Our break will begin at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We have one new release that day, and it's Court Kings basketball, so we'll open that by the full case. And we'll also open a half case of Gypsy Queen baseball. And that will also be the start of a new case for those of you who care about that sort of thing. Thursday night, Gold Rush Trifecta football is back. This is Series 2. And for those of you who might not have seen it open before, it's got 3 autographed memorabilia items in it. And they can be any number of things. Autographed jerseys, footballs, cleats, mini helmets. Often 16 by 20 photographs are in there as well. It's a really fun little break, and so far we've had really good luck with what we opened out of Series 1. Anyway, we'll open a second case of Court Kings basketball that night, and a 3rd case of Draft Picks football, all on Thursday night. Friday night will be a Leaf autograph multi-sport jersey, a 6th case of Inception baseball, and a 3rd case of Court Kings basketball. So that is what our days ahead look like for tonight. Excuse me. This is a lot of information on this page. So first off, the order we're going in. So the Onyx is going to be first, Valiant baseball second, Prizm Draft Picks third. The Onyx Preferred Players baseballs, those are a free shipping break. Anytime you do a free shipping break with me, I'm going to project it out about a week after the auction ends, which just simply means it won't go out any later than that. It may well go sooner. They often go sooner, but won't be any later. Also in that Onyx break, if your team is not the team pulled, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year in any series, and I keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. But because that's a free shipping break, usually what I would do with your consolation card is just hold on to it until the next time you have a package shipping, in which case I would include any that you are due at that time. If you don't want to wait for that and you're in that free shipping break, hit me up, let me know, send me a message. I'll be happy to get that consolation card out to you right away if that's your preference. Now our paid shipping breaks tonight, which are Valiant baseball and Prizm Draft Picks football, those I'm thinking are going to be on the way to you roughly Thursday. Now it's possible it could get out to you sooner than that, but I don't want to say that for sure because I've got, yikes, the tax man this week. And that's going to take up most of a full day getting all of that taken care of. So we're going to lose a day of shipping in there probably. So project it out for Thursday. As always, if I can get it to you sooner than Thursday, I will. And in Valiant and Prizm Draft Picks, if you happen to get skunked in either of those breaks, your consolation cards would ship out to you with the rest of the break, since it's a paid break. Paid shipping break, I mean. All right, first up, 3-box inner case of 2019 Onyx Preferred Players autograph baseballs. This is break number 11. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay, Sunday night, the 31st of March. And you'll notice there we have a few teams that didn't sell. They are noted as no bids buyback on our spreadsheet. And we have a few teams in here that don't have hits. And those teams are simply noted as no hits not listed. Everything else there, you're going to see a buyer name across from a team name, and that's how we roll. New spreadsheet, of course, will go up before every break. So if you're not in this one, you'll get a chance to see yours momentarily. Last but not least, yeah, I know the background went out of focus a little bit, but don't sweat that. We're going to be able to see all of our stuff with no problems. Hi, Nelson. You're asking if we have any unpaid in the later breaks. There may be potentially in draft picks football. There was one spot. I was kind of waiting to see what happened with it, but we'll have to wait till we get, to that one. That one's a little bit away yet, so we'll give that person a little bit of extra time, and maybe it'll be squared away by then, we hope. Anyway, I can't remember if I had any in Valiant. I'll double check that. If we do it, I think the only thing that was sitting in Valiant that might be still unpaid was kind of a lower price team, if I recall. So I don't even know if I'll move that one or not. Hang on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, my asthma kicking in a little bit unexpectedly tonight. That crazy weather we're having. So I had to run and grab my inhaler real quickly. Thank you for your patience. All right, so here's the deal. We are going to look at it first because I always like to try to guess and see if I know who the signature is. I hardly ever do, but I don't know, for whatever reason. I still like to try to guess. All right, so yeah, I officially don't know that one. And there's an Onyx authentication. Sometimes we have another one as well, but I only see the Onyx on there tonight. There's our Onyx paperwork that goes with it. And it tells us it is Mike I always say his name wrong, Zunio. Is he an Indian? Let me double check that. Hang on one second. No, he's a Ray. Sorry, Tampa Bay Rays, guys, on the checklist for the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, now moving on to ball number 2 here. Let's see if I can get it out of here, right? Like, some of them they tie, some of them they don't. Come on, baseball, work with me here. Well, something with an A and a K, right? That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. It is dual authenticated JSA and Onyx. Maybe Kirilov, could it be, you think? There's the Onyx paperwork that matches its sticker. Here is our JSA paperwork that matches its sticker. Now, it's kind of bent up, and that's usually the case with those because they don't quite fit in that box right, so they're almost always bent when they're JSA. And it is Kirilov. Haha, I got one right. Aren't we all surprised? Kind of. I know, but every once in a while I do get lucky. Every once in a while. And let me just make sure here on, where are you on this spreadsheet, on this checklist. I didn't even really see him on this check. Oh, there he is, for the Twins. It's like going, I gotta make sure I can find him on the Onyx checklist. So we're Rays and Twins right now on the first 2. Here comes our third and final out of this inner case. That could be Wander Franco. If it were, that would be really nice. We're going to find out in a second. JSA authenticated, Onyx authenticated, and let's take a look. Here's your Onyx that goes with your sticker on the ball. The JSA, once again, bent up, that goes with the sticker on the ball. And it is Wander Franco. Dang, Tampa Bay Rays kind of crushed this break. Am I right? Yeah, that's really, really nice. Okay, so we've got the Wander Franco headed to the Tampa Bay Rays, which is he's kind of the hot guy right now that everybody's chasing to a certain extent on the prospects. So Alex Kirilov here is another nice hit for the Minnesota Twins. But the Tampa Bay Rays, they were not quite done for the night because there's, I'm not going to say it right, Zunio. Well, whatever. It's Mike. Anyway, so we had the Rays, and 2 for the Rays and 1 for the Twins. Just going to label those up real quickly, and we're going to move on into a little Leaf Valiant next. Let me set these out of the way. Of course, we'll put the spreadsheet up here again before we dig into Leaf Valiant as well. Nelson. Oh yeah. I don't usually announce what the spot is on that stuff that's kind of setting until it gets really close to time. Because, you know, if somebody's just out to dinner or whatever their situation is, you know, you don't want to put their info up there as potentially being unpaid. You know what I mean? I mean, I just kind of try to avoid shaming someone in particular since their user ID would be up there. I mean, we'll see how it flows. If it gets paid or not, we'll worry about it when after we do Valiant. We'll take another look at it and see where we sit then. So you just saw this a minute ago. I feel like everybody's probably pretty squared away on it, but if you did jump in after I discussed all of it, please take a glance up at your screen right now. Hit me up with any questions that you might have. We are headed into the last case of Valiant Baseball. It's a 12-box case. It's break number 7. And there's one team in here that has no hits in this product. That's the Twins. So, of course, they were not listed for sale. Everything else, you've got the team names on one side. Bidders, of course, across from it there on the opposite side. And what all can I tell you about Leaf Valiant? It's all hits. Everybody probably knows that. And it doesn't have team names or team logos on it. Only Topps has the right to do that. So, you know, Panini doesn't have the team names or logos on their stuff either. And in the case of Panini, they do put the name of the city on their cards. In the case of Leaf, they don't. So, here's how these get awarded. It goes to the current team. Right? So the current team the player is on as of right now, today's date and time. So the question I seem to get very often has to do with Jared Kalenic. Jared Kalenic is a Mariner. He's been a Mariner since back in December. But yeah, there are still people that try to make Jared Kalenic a Met. But he is not. He is a Mariner since December. So as we go by the current teams, that's where he will be going, Seattle. And there's a few little trades in here that we run across, but not very many. You know, Kalenic is definitely one that comes up occasionally. And Ezekiel, hi. And Greg, hi. Brian, you said you're a sucker for Valiant. You know, I like all the Leaf products pretty well, as you guys know. Valiant is always a fun one because it's got the graded card in it, which adds that kind of extra little layer, if you will. And the other one that I like a lot, we haven't seen it yet. It's coming up next. Why did I draw a blank? Good grief, it's the one that has the really nice patches. I talk about it all the time. I know the name of it as well as I know my own name, and I am just drawing a total blank right at this exact moment. Well, it'll come to me sometime along the way. But anyway, I like that one a lot too. If I could remember the stinking name of it, I would tell you. I know it. We break it every year, but for whatever reason, I think my brain kind of short-circuited today when my Kentucky Wildcats lost to Auburn in the Elite Eight. Of course, we didn't deserve to win. We played just ridiculously poor basketball the second half of the game. Not great the first half, but certainly better than that second half, which was horrendous. Of course, Greg, your Duke Blue Devils lost today as well. But I will tell you, I have in all of my brackets, I didn't play but what, 3 this year, 2 or 3. I think 3. But in all my brackets, I had the championship game being Michigan State on one side, and then I kind of varied it on the other side. I have one that's Michigan State Auburn, and I had one or maybe two that were Michigan State Kentucky. And so, you know, we're not to the championship game yet, but can you believe I actually still have a possibility of having live teams in there, considering the way it's rolled out? I was kind of shocked when I looked at it today. I hadn't looked at it in a while. It's been busted for a while, but I just thought, let me see who my final four teams are. So I have Virginia in there, but obviously haven't getting beat before the championship game. And then I blew the bottom half. I didn't have the Red Raiders of Texas Tech coming out, so I blew the bottom half of that side anyway. So, all right. So hang on a second here. You were asking if there was anything in this one. Let me double check that for you. Hang tight here, guys and gals, and I will tell you here what our status is. Yeah, so there's one team in here that isn't paid right now, but honestly, it's a low price team. I don't really honestly think it's probably even worth disrupting the breakover. So, you know, because it always slows everything down and we have to deal with that. So I think I'm just going to let it ride in Valiant, and if I lose out, oh well. Now when we get to Prizm Draft Picks Football, that might be another matter if that one's still sitting there. So we'll see. Trinity, yes, thank you guys. Trinity, Ezekiel and Greg and Nelson all said Trinity. That's right. Echo, what was your question about the Mets? You had the Mets, what's your question about the Mets? Don't you have the Mets? No, you had the Mets in the baseball break, maybe. No, it is not the Mets that are unpaid in here. All right, so this is Julio Pablo Martinez starting things off for the Texas Rangers. It is numbered to 25. Behind that, we have Taylor Wiedner, and Taylor is numbered to 99 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And next up is Ryan Weathers for the Padres to 99. There's Mr. Acuna. Braves can kind of relax right off the bat. Acuna numbered to 35. Our graded card here, he happens to be a subject of a trade. As a matter of fact, he ended up going to the Yankees in January. That is Josh Stowers. It's numbered to 5. And the card autograph is to 10. Card graded out as a 9.5. And, of course, as we saw, numbered to straight up 5. So not a bad way to, I ran into things. Not a bad way to start things off tonight. On our last little spin through here with Valiant. And there is Mr. Louis Robert for the White Sox, numbered to 35. Braxton Ashcraft to 99. And Braxton is a Pittsburgh Pirate. There's Adam Kloffenstein to 99. He is a Toronto Blue Jay. There's a 1-of-1 printing plate. I wonder, that could be Nolan Gorman, is it? No, it's not. I don't know why I thought it was Nolan Gorman. I was looking at the picture. I should have, oh well. It's Caden Grenier for the Baltimore Orioles. But that's Nolan Gorman. So, woohoo! And it's a 10. Yeah, baby. I like that. The card is graded 10. Autograph is graded 10. It's numbered to 25. How about you, St. Louis Cardinals, with a Nolan Gorman headed your way? Gotta love that. Jason Schroeder, numbered to 99. And Jason, let me double check him. Where are you, Jason? He is an Astro. Sean Jelly, you know I love Sean Jelly. He is for the Giants. It's numbered to 25. Look out for that kid. He's going to be good. Jeremy Eierman for the A's to 99. Next up is Jordan Groshans to 15 for the Blue Jays. And how about Wander Franco, Tampa Bay Rays? Card grades to 9.5, autograph grades to 10, and it is numbered to 99. Bobby Dalbec is a Red Sox, numbered to 99. Bryce Terang, Brewers, numbered to 15. There's Osiris Johnson. Let me double check him. I think he's a Marlin. Yeah, Marlins, numbered to 15. Fernando Tatis Jr. for the Padres to 25. Nice for San Diego. And Logan Gilbert is out for the Mariners. Card grades to 10. Autograph grades to 10. It is numbered to 99. Jordan Adams. Jordan Adams is numbered to 35, and that is an Angel. There's Daniel Lynch, numbered to 99, Kansas City Royals. Bo Naylor makes an appearance for the Indians, numbered to 99. Joe Adell is an Angel, numbered to 15. We like those. And last but not least, Joey Bart for the San Francisco Giants. Very nice. 9.5 card grade, 10 autograph grade. Card is numbered 299. Here's Caden again for the Orioles, numbered to 99 there. There's Urias, Padres to 99. Mike Ciani for my Cincinnati Reds to 99. Shohei Ohtani, that's who you're looking for if you have the Angels tonight. How about Shohei to 35? And then a Braxton Ashcraft comes out, again numbered to 9.5. Card grade, or autograph grade to 10. Card is numbered to 35. That is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jake McCarthy. Jake is numbered to 25. He's headed to the Diamondbacks. Jeremiah Jackson is an Angel. That's numbered to 99. Jackson Kowar is Royals to 35. Casey Mize out for the Detroit Tigers, numbered to 35. Our graded card, it's Alec for the Phillies, 9.5. Card grade, 10 autograph grade, and it is numbered to 99. There's Griffin, that's the Blue Jays to 25. Shane McClanahan, Tampa Bay Rays to 99. Jared Kelenic for the Mariners to 99. There's Bo Bichette, nice one for the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's try that again. 35. Bobby Dalbec, Red Sox with a graded one. It is 9.5 card grade, 10 autograph grade, numbered to 99. Well, sometimes they don't want to come out of those little boxes, I'll tell you. Shane Bieber, numbered to 99. Let me double check him. I call him wrong sometimes. He's an Indian, Cleveland Indians for Shane Bieber. Nico, Cubbies to 10. Woohoo! Simeon Woods Richardson is here for the Mets, numbered to 25. Here's Juan Soto. If you have the Nationals, that's probably who you're looking for on that little Juan Soto redemption. And DJ Peters is our graded card. That comes out for the Dodgers, 9.5 card grade, 10 autograph grade, and it is numbered to 35. Daniel Lynch, Kansas City Royals to 99. This is going to be numbered to 10. It's Jake McCarthy and the Diamondbacks. Jordan Adams for the Angels to 99. How about a second Acuna, right? If you've got the Braves, I'm sure you're happy to have a second one. That one is numbered to 25. And our graded card is Osiris Johnson. 9.5 card grade, 10 autograph grade, numbered to 35, headed to the Marlins. Had an interesting selection of graded cards tonight. Not really as much our usual suspects, if you will. So I'm kind of glad to see some other teams getting involved with our graded cards tonight. Parker Meadows, numbered to 99. Parker is a Detroit Tiger. Nick Madrigal, White Sox to 35. Jonathan India for my Cincinnati Reds, numbered to 99. There's another Joey Bart coming out for the Giants, that to 99. Our graded card headed to the White Sox. Louis Robert, 9.5 card grade, 10 autograph grade. Card is numbered to 25. Last box mojo time, kids. Let's see if we can pull something extra special out of here, maybe. Knock wood. Jordan Garashins to 99 for the Blue Jays. There is Ryan Rollison for the Colorado Rockies, and that one is to 15. Alec Thomas for the Diamondbacks to 35. You have a second Wander Franco to 99, and our last graded card, it's Jason Schroeder. How about that? And card grades to 10, autograph grades to 10. The card is numbered to 25. And, of course, Jason Schroeder is an Astro. All right, so we're going to recap this. You know what? I'm not going to read off all the names and the numbers and all that again because, right, it would be just like doing the whole break over. But what we are going to do is just take a little flip through them all again. So if you didn't get a chance to see something earlier, it'll give you another shot to take a look at it here as we go back through our last case of Valiant. I started to say we shouldn't be too far off from Trinity, but honestly, I don't know. They've moved the dates so often with Leaf. Well, all the places move the dates a lot, but Leaf seems to do it, honestly, more than some of the others. Mainly because they really don't like to put in a lot of redemptions, so they often will just simply hold a product, wait to get more of the cards returned than, you know, maybe Topps or Panini would, because they don't like putting the redemptions in. So, double-edged sword, I guess. We have to wait a little longer, but it's nice not to have a ton of redemptions. So, once again, on our graded stuff, we've got the Jason Schroeder for the Astros. Louis Robert is there for the White Sox. Osiris Johnson is a Marlin. DJ Peters, a Dodger. Bobby Dalbec, a Red Sox. Alec is a Philly. Braxton is the Diamond. Is he the Diamondbacks? Why did I just suddenly go blank on him? No, he's the Pirates. Sorry, Braxton is the Pirates. Why did I go blank? Joey Bart is the Giants. Logan Gilbert, the Mariners. Wander Franco, Tampa Bay Rays. Nolan is the St. Louis Cardinals. And Mr. Stowers there is a Yankee. All right, so Leaf Valiant is put to rest for the year. And next up, we are going to be doing a little Prizm Draft Picks football. And potentially, I definitely have something sitting in here. Let me see if it's been paid in the interim. And I also want to see if the person has kind of given me any indication and messages as to if anything strange is going on with them. Because, you know, we kind of hate to take it away from somebody if we don't have to. So while I'm pulling that up, I'm going to let you guys look at the information there on the screen in regard to shipping and consolation cards that we went over earlier. Okay, so yeah, we are still sitting on one unpaid spot, and let's see. Yeah, we don't have any messages about it. So guys, I have open, it is bidding position for the letter L, the last name of L, here in Prizm Draft Picks, and the last bid amount was at $86. So if someone is interested in that, let me know. Meanwhile, I'm going to go in and update the spreadsheet here to reflect that that is unpaid currently. And we will, you know, kind of see how that goes. If one of you is interested in picking it up, jump into chat and let me know, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, let me get that updated. All right, very good. And I will double check just to make sure that there's nothing funky I can see about this. So yeah, this looks like it's sitting there unpaid. So that's the deal. Bidding position L is going to be available. So this is what everything else looks like. So it is a 16 box case of 2019 Prizm Draft Picks football. It's a full case break. It is break number 2. And of course, this is the same format that you have grown to know and love, where we have team names on one side and the winning bidders across from it there on the opposite side. And some letters got doubled up: P and Q, T and U, V and W, X, Y, and Z. And of course, mascot cards have their own bidding spot. There are a decent number of mascot cards that come out, so we did give them their own little bidding spot in there. Gina, yeah, it was a heartbreaker today. But I tell you what, you weren't on earlier when I said this, but we honestly, my Wildcats did not deserve to win today. They did not play well. In the first half, they played fairly well. You know, kind of starting to get a little sloppy towards the end of the first half, but still reasonable. But the way they played in the second half honestly was terrible in pretty much every respect, in my opinion. I mean, they did not play good defense. They did not play good offense. They did not make smart plays. They didn't seem to have quite the level of hustle or energy that Auburn had. And honestly, they didn't deserve to win. So that's what happens when you come out and you're not ready to play. You lose. So they lost, and there you go. Yeah, I was not happy about it, mind you. Not happy at all. But once it went to overtime, I kind of had a theory. And my theory was, you know, if we got the tip and we got the first points and we could kind of have a little momentum, or feel like we had a little momentum, that we would probably win the game. But if we didn't get the tip or we didn't put the first points on the board, I thought we would lose the game. And, well, sure enough, that's exactly what happened. It was that exactly. All right, so Nelson, you had said you wanted it, but then changed your mind. So nobody wants bidding position L. Is that the case? So I guess I'll let it ride, and if the person pays it, fine. If they don't, I'll be out $86. We've had a lot of unpaid stuff lately. I'm getting really aggravated with that because eBay just lets this sort of stuff go on, you know, and then you get in a catch-22. If you cancel it, they don't ever even get unpaid item strikes or anything. So they can just keep doing it for all of eternity, right? I mean, or otherwise, then you have to not resell it and run the risk of not getting paid, and at least half the time you don't get paid. Usually more than half the time you don't get paid. So, yeah, every year it costs me several $1,000s in people who bid and don't pay. Fun times. Gina, I agree. It was a little bit of what you call a herky-jerky game. Yeah, it didn't have a lot of flow to it. It wasn't a whole lot of fun to watch because there was no rhythm. I would agree with you on that side. I don't think either team really had a very good flow or rhythm, personally. Josh Allen, okay, when we see this particular pattern there, it is going to be numbered every time you see that pattern. It is numbered to 75. We're going to find 5 autographs per box. It's going to be 1 per pack. Remember again that everything goes to the first letter of the last name. So Jonathan Abraham here starts things off tonight, headed to the A's. So that's how that works. There's Kyler Murray on a nice little rookie prism, but those are unnumbered. And, of course, we'll find plenty of those. There's lots of parallels in here that are not numbered, like any that are this color, this purple color. They're pretty, but they're not numbered. There will be orange ones that we'll find, again, nice to look at, but not numbered. Mike says, let's go to the G's. Noah says, eBay gives all the power to the buyers. Yeah, Andy Isabella for the eyes. There's Nick Bosa with a little checkerboard. That is numbered to 99. I call that pattern checkerboard. I don't really know what they call it. Panini, I mean. They may call it something totally different, but I always call it checkerboard. You know, I sometimes make up my own patterns. It's Troy Aikman. Once again, the orange, while nice to look at, they are not numbered. Nicole Hardman Jr. for bidding position H. We'll find some Crusade cards along the way. That one is Marquise Brown. There are Mojo patterns in here too. The Mojos, when we come across them, are numbered to 49. So there's another checkerboard. That one is Joe Namath, and it is to 99. Johnny Dixon for the D's comes out. And what else do we have waiting for us here? A little Juju Smith-Schuster refractor. There's Stanley Morgan Jr. for the M's. And a Crusade Kelvin Harmon. And there is box number 1. Yeah, this product is going crazy on the secondary market. I actually, in all cases, would have, well, in all instances so far, I would have made more money by far, because I lost money this break and last break of this. If I had just sold them as sealed cases. That's the crazy prices this has jumped up to all of a sudden. Well, crazy to be this early in the 2019 football season. It's gone up tremendously. So, yeah, I know. I was kind of thinking, man, I shouldn't have listed the rest of mine because I could have just sold them outright and made money as opposed to listing them on eBay and doing all the work and losing money. So, Nelson, I do have more cases. There's one more that's already listed, and I guess because it's already listed, I'll leave it listed. But that'll be probably the last one I break on eBay. I'm gonna sell the rest of it. Like we might do the loose boxes, the half case of loose boxes. We might break those on eBay, but then all my other sealed cases beyond what's listed, I'm just gonna sell them as cases, sealed cases, I think. Jordan, Ta'amu. Yeah, you know I butchered that. I know I did too. But part of the charm, that is going to the T's. Daryl Henderson here is numbered to 75 for the H bidding position. That's numbered to 99 with Herschel Walker. Clellan Farrell. I want to say Colin Farrell like he's the actor. Let's try it again. Clellan Farrell to the F bidding position. A little Damian Harris rookie prism. Going to be a pretty good little power back, I believe, when he gets to the NFL. No, I don't remember when the next one is. I can put that spreadsheet up there again, though, after we finish the break. It's somewhere towards the end of this week, I want to say, but I couldn't remember exactly what night, to be blunt, because I have things already listed. I have things scheduled to start, and sometimes I don't remember which is scheduled and which is already up and running and all that. So I have that handy little spreadsheet for me to keep it straight too. That was Gentry for the G's. Justice Hill with an orange variation. Derrick Henry with an orange variation. And here comes Travis Homer for the H's. Nelson, oh, you didn't, yeah, I know, you didn't win a spot tonight. Well, that is a bit of a drag, isn't it? It is a little bit of a drag. When you bid and you get sniped or whatever, that's not ever any fun. That's numbered to 75 with Rashad Penny. Irv Smith Jr., that is numbered to 99. It's headed to bidding position S. Brett Ripon with just a base prism. Nelson, I didn't know there was a question about Leaf Metal Draft Football. What is your question about it? I mean, I knew it was delayed. We talked about that, actually. Oh, well, no, why did I just stack those with the autographs? We talked about the fact that it was delayed the other night, although you maybe weren't in the break when we talked about it that night. I don't know. But, yeah, they definitely moved it because he had too many redemptions outstanding. I forget the number he told me now, but 11 or it would have been like 11 or 12 or something like that redemptions per case. And so he didn't want to send it out with that many redemptions. So he pushed the date and figured he could probably get the number of redemptions cut in about half if he just moved it a little bit. So, I mean, that's the last I heard. That's been, whatever, a week or so ago. I don't know how to pronounce that username, but Noah's telling us that the King of Sniping is a particular username, but I can't pronounce it. I can't even really, I wouldn't even know how to shorten that one, actually. Spica? I know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say it, but anyway, well, you all know I'm a fan of sniping anyway myself, so I use Auction Sniper when I bid. I like it. Helps me win. Daniel Jones, that is for the Jays. It's numbered to 99. And of course, you know, Daniel, I think everybody's a little bit on the fence about where he might go, but he's going to go somewhere in your first couple of rounds. Quarterback out of Duke University. Keelan Doss for the D's. Sometimes, I mean, it's kind of a quarterback light draft, if you will. So, you never know. He could end up sliding in somewhere towards the end of the first round, maybe. Nelson, you said, so Noah, when he snipes you, he loses a lot of cash. Is that what you said? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I personally, as I said, I'm a fan of it. I use Auction Sniper at auctionsniper.com. I've used Auction Sniper for years. You all have heard me talk about it. And I also like it as a bid management tool because you can go in and adjust your bids, delete your bids, do all kinds of stuff that you can't easily do on eBay. That's Jacques Patrick to the P's. A Nick Bosa Crusade, purple but unnumbered. Chase Vinovich for the W's. But, you know, it was better when Auction Sniper did not charge that kind of sliding scale sort of deal like they have now. It used to be, I mean, it was always, I guess, kind of a sliding scale, but you hardly ever paid more than like 25 or 30 cents to use it. And that's if you won. You don't ever pay to use it if you lose your bid. But they've changed it, so you have to pay a little more these days if you win most of the time. But to me, it's still worth it. Devin Bush for the B's. That will be numbered to 75. It is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And the other night I kept calling him Whiteside, and I should have said his whole name because obviously it's a hyphenated last name, which means it goes to the A's because his last name starts with A. Arcega-Whiteside is technically his last name. Nelson, you said you think that Daniel Jones will be the third quarterback taken off the board. Well, I mean, could be for sure. You never know. I mean, right now we would assume that Kyler Murray will be the first off and Dwayne Haskins will be the second off the board. And then from there on out, I mean, it's kind of a crapshoot as to who's going to do what. Because it is an outstanding draft for edge rushers and defensive linemen and that sort of thing. But from an offensive standpoint, there's not as much hype around the early part of that class anyway. Noah says he likes Will Greer. Yeah, I mean, there's guys in here that I think can surprise, might outperform their, oh, that's a nice little Saquon parallel, might outperform their draft position. But you know that happens every year. It's part of the fun of it, right? Trying to guess it. It's to 25. It's Greedy Williams for the W's. But that's really kind of what we're doing. We're basically investing in the kids that we think are going to be drafted high and perform well on the field. And we kind of play them like they're the stock market, sort of, I guess. Oh, the Missouri kid is good, Brad. Yeah. This is Deebo Samuel for the S. Yeah. Oh, why did I just blank on that kid's name? We played that kid, too. Oh, what is that kid's name? He is tough as nails, too. I mean, he's kind of, I think, a little on the small side, but he's really tough. But I'm having trouble tonight getting names in my head, aren't I? Eric Dickerson to 75 for the D's. Drew Locke, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Travis Fulham, the F. And where's my number for it? To 99 for the Fs. Yeah, that kid is, he's tough. A little mascot. Look at that. Sparty is a refractor, a base refractor, but still. Kyle Shermer. There's a chance to go somewhere in the later rounds. That's to the S's. Yeah, you know, again, it's just hard to say. I think a lot of the quarterbacks are not made beyond maybe the first 2 or 3 may fall into a later round simply because the defensive class is so good this year. And, you know, you probably don't want to reach to take a QB in most cases. That was to 99 when you have a potentially game-changing edge rusher or defensive lineman or something sitting there. That's good. Couple of good tight ends in there will probably go first round too. That was Joe Jackson for the Jays. Those kids out of Iowa will probably both go first round, I think. Hockenbush and Fant. So, be interesting. We're not far off from the draft. Nelson, you said the checklist says that there are white refractors to 15, but you haven't seen any yet. I don't think I have either. I don't think we saw any to 15 in the first break. That I remember, anyway. But, of course, being that they're only to 15, right? They're going to be not as commonplace. Noah, I'm going to paraphrase what you said there, but Noah is letting it be known that he would take any quarterback as long as he could get rid of Jameis Winston. He said it in a much more colorful way than I relayed it, but yeah, I feel you. I get what you're saying there, man. I do. Well, you know, though, you got Bruce Arians headed in down there, and he's kind of the quarterback whisperer, so you never know. That is Jake Browning for the Bees. You never know what he might be able to pull off, but if he doesn't like what he sees, he'll get rid of him anyway. Find you somebody else, so. Eric Dickerson to 99 for the D's. Here's Juan Thornhill for the T's. And, all right. Oh, why did that, these, I tell you, once you get these in sleeves and they've got that little bit of a curve to them, they just like to slide around everywhere. That's the magic of these Prizm cards with their tiny little bits of curvature making everyone's life difficult. Devin White for the W's. Yeah, well, it's a good year, Nelson. You said you got your quarterback last year for your team. You need all defensive players. It's a good year to go, all defensive players in the first round anyway. To 99, Bryce Love for the L's. Yeah, there's a lot of talent on that side of the ball in this year's draft. Jarrett Stidham for the S bidding position. And I know everybody's Nick Bosa, Nick Bosa, Nick Bosa. And I know I'm biased with Josh Allen. But if you haven't seen Josh Allen play, you should watch him play. Josh Allen is every bit as good as Nick Bosa, I think. Maybe he could use a little refinement with, maybe some work with his hands and things. But the kid is good. It's Terry Godwin for the G's. I mean, he's probably going to go third or fourth off the board, depending on how things fall out with Kyler Murray. But I think he has a potential to be disruptive, like Khalil Mack kind of disruptive. As does, of course, Nick Bosa. But Nick Bosa's on everybody's radar. Josh Allen is a little under the radar. Oh, you like Josh Allen too? Oh, yeah. He got incrementally better between his junior and senior seasons. He could have left last year, and he would have been drafted, but it would have probably been second round or so, mid to late second round, maybe if he had gone last year. He got so much better by staying the extra year, really worked on his body, his nutrition, worked on refining some of his movements, and the kid was just absolutely unstoppable this past year, his senior season. And, now he's worked himself up to be one of the top probably 3 or 4 draft choices. A little Bevo. And that, of course, purple parallel but unnumbered. Elijah Holyfield. That is numbered to 99. That's Evander's son. Nelson, you want all the UK guys, huh? You like CJ Conrad, I like him at tight end too. Benny Snell, he's a little undersized for a running back, but man, I mean, he'll haul 10 guys down the field with him. That is numbered to 10, a little Daniel Jones parallel. Nice low number. So yeah, Benny definitely, he's not going to be, number 1 running back off the board, or even number 2 or 3. He'd probably be 6th or 7th off the board, but he's good too. Tyree Brady for the B. Oh, sorry, guys. Todd Gurley tried to take an extra little trip on me there, but he doesn't really appear to be any worse for the wear, thank goodness. But he was definitely trying to get out the door. Caleb Wilson, W. And that is just a J.J. Watt base refractor. Keenan Brown for the Bees. Crusade Damian Harris. Nelson said that card that just where the Todd Gurley tried to take off on me is the fastest that Gurley's moved lately. Here's a Mojo to 49. It's a Mojo mascot. It's Sparty for the Michigan State Spartans, who had a big party tonight after they beat Duke. Montez Sweat to 99 S's. That's a first round guy right there, most likely. Yeah, but Duke had been living on the edge, kind of like my Kentucky Wildcats had been. They'd had some close games in the tournament. In fact, every game they played, it seemed like came right down, other than the first one, right down to the buzzer and, you know, won by a couple points on either side. So you knew it was going to catch up at some point, or you felt like it was, to both them and us. And as it turned out, caught up to both of us on the same day. So we're all going home. But at least I got an SEC team in the Final Four. And as much as I hate that they're the ones who beat us, well, at least they're an SEC team. Trying to find the silver lining. So I've been giving some thought to possibly moving the breaks up to 9 o'clock. Some of you have talked to me about moving them even earlier. You know, they used to be 10. We moved them to 9:30. Some of you have mentioned even you wouldn't mind 9 o'clock. That's Jalen Moore for the M bidding position. And of course, if we were to move it to 9 o'clock, it would definitely help everybody get wrapped up and get to bed at an earlier hour. But it would also mean auctions would have to end much earlier. So, you know, stuff would be listed instead of starting to be listed at like auctions ending from, say, you know, 7:15 to 8:15, 8:30 range. It would have to be an hour before that. They'd start at like 6:15 and be ended by, you know, 7:15, 7:30 range. TJ Hawkinson for the H bidding position. He's one of those pair of tight ends I was telling you about from Iowa. I think he's widely projected to go ahead of his teammate Noah Fant, but you never know till it happens. Noah, there's definitely some Haskins. We pulled some Haskins. We pulled a Haskins autograph redemption out of the last case. That's to 99, Bryce Love. And there were some Haskins, I think, parallels and things maybe in the last case as well. I'm sure we'll find some. It says Anthony Johnson to 99. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in here. Little Aaron Rodgers refractor. Dax Raymond, that is for the R's. It is also numbered to 25. Nelson, you said you're going to do some Uber so you have extra money for next week. You're getting antsy watching tonight, so you're going to head out. All right, I don't blame you. It's harder to watch, right, when you don't have any skin in the game, so to speak. I understand that. All right, Nelson, well, have yourself a good night, and we'll catch you the next time, my friend. It's to 99 with Pat Mahomes. Rashawn Gary for the G's. He's the one, yeah. I'm like, what is that autograph? That just looks like somebody kind of drew a bunch of circles. I don't even know what that is. And why is it all over there on one side? His autograph's really weird. Drew Lock, Crusade Parallel went by there. So none of you have any thoughts on 9 o'clock versus 9:30? No? Yeah, Noah, his autograph is so weird, right? Like, it doesn't even, it literally looks like somebody just took the pen and, like, drew a circle. And it's way over there, like, it's not centered. It's just really strange. I don't get at all how that is a signature. But, hey, whatever the guy, I mean, we've seen equally bad this past draft class. Good grief. Royce Freeman, and there's quite a few of them. Jamon Moore, they would just make one letter and draw a line and stuff like that. So it's crazy. Noah said Juju Smith-Schuster called out Jamal Adams on Instagram for having a weak give-up signature. And he just did it today. Oh, yeah, I know. It's always the hot topic lately. In the past, older players don't ever sign that way, but younger players, they just Sign really very lazy a lot of times is the way to say it. It's to 49. It's Mojo, Gary Jennings for the Jays. Another Will Greer Crusade parallel that went by. A David Johnson, a Johnny Dixon autograph comes out next for the D bidding position. Yeah, Juju's always stirring up something, isn't he? He likes to just kind of have fun, I think. Well, I mean, he's young. He's a kid, so why wouldn't he want to? It's like 19 or 20 or something. Miles Sanders for the S. And a Damian Harris Crusade parallel. A little Terry Bradshaw refractor. Woohoo! Foster Moreau, M's. A mascot, Big Al to 99 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Jeffrey Simmons, S. Noah says Vernan Morency is the biggest garbage checkmark signature of all time. Wow. I can't even think what that signature looks like, but now I feel as though I'm going to have to look it up later. Of course, odd as it may seem, with as many cards as I see breaking and sorting and shipping and all that, I often don't look at the signature itself all that much unless it's really horrible. Like the really horrible ones catch my attention, and the really, really good ones will catch my attention. But any of the ones in between, I might see them 100 times and still would look at it and go, whose signature is that again? They don't register, you know. It's from 2005, and it is literally a check mark, you say. Oh, I'll definitely have to look that up. I mean, did the guy... I mean, I'm not saying this to be mean or rude or crappy, but did he have problems? I mean, is there a reason that he signed it as a check mark? Is that the only way that he could efficiently or effectively do it for some reason or another? Numbered to 15, Darrell Henderson. Woot. H's to 15. And there's a Mojo for Josh Jacobs. That's to 49, of course, when we see the Mojo. Jordan Scarlett, that is numbered to 99. Oh, you said he's... Well, I'm not going to read off exactly what you said, but I hear you. You know, I don't know. I don't know about some of these guys. Sorry, I'm just looking to see if we had any others. I thought maybe I'd set our Mojos out separately here in case we want to recap the Mojos since they are just a 49. I always think the Nittany Lion looks more like Scooby-Doo. Kind of like a really sad, underfed Scooby-Doo. Caden Smith for the S. Because, I mean, Scooby wasn't even that thin, right? I mean, Scooby had all those Scooby snacks. He was actually pretty filled out. Phillip Rivers with a refractor, base refractor. C.J. Conrad for my University of Kentucky Wildcats. For the C's. And he is medically cleared again. I know he got sent home from the combine, some kind of heart thing, but he's medically cleared to play. Did a limited appearance in UK's first pro day, and he'll do a full run through in the second one, apparently. That's a Mojo to 49 of Christian McCaffrey. Dexter Lawrence for the L bidding position. You said the letter S is cleaning up, but you got sniped on it. Yeah, I tell you, I sorted the first case today. In fact, I think, didn't I already? Yeah, I don't know. I sorted and shipped so much stuff today because I got antsy watching the game. My intent had been just to sit and watch the game and not really work on anything else. But I got super antsy watching it. So I did start sorting and packing and shipping. And in Prizm, I'm trying to think what letters I saw had the most. The M's had a tremendous just volume of cards. The B's, the M's, the S's, the W's all had lots of cards. But at the end of it, every position had something. We didn't have anybody that didn't get cards of some sort out of the first one. So, but definitely some have a bigger stack than others, even in the base cards, I mean. Of course, you know, you never know what's going to come out of any given case, but out of the first case, that's how it worked out. Jazz Ferguson, F. I had to be numbered. Where is it? Oh, yeah, to 99 down there on the side. A little Tim Tebow to 99. Jalen Hurd, H, bidding position. A little Baker Mayfield. We actually had a Baker Mayfield autograph, too, out of the other case. So, not all draft picks in here. Tommy Sweeney for the S. There are some current players' autograph potential in these as well. There's an Aaron Rodgers to 75. Chauncey Gardner Johnson. That's another hyphenated last name, so it goes to the G, which is the beginning of the last name, Gardner. So David Montgomery Crusade. Jared Goff parallel. This is numbered to, or it's numbered to 75. It's Clayton Thorson going to the T's. Another Damian Harris parallel. That kid's from around here. We tried to get him to stay home and play for UK, but he was having none of it. He went to Bama. But if we'd gotten him, we wouldn't have gotten Benny Snell. And you know what? Benny Snell ended up, of course, he's going pro after his junior year. So we won't see what he could have been as a 4-year player, but basically, he broke all the UK rushing records and things, being here only 3 years. So, would love to have had him back for a 4th, but knew it wasn't going to happen when he had such a good year. Josh Oliver for the O's. Here's Jared Goff to 99. Behind it is a Zach Allen autograph to 75 for the A's. Victor. You're funny, Victor. There's a Dwayne Haskins just in a Prizm parallel on your base card, but still, I know you're glad to see that, right? Because you said you hadn't seen much of him come out yet, so I know you're probably happy to have him on any parallel. Alan Hurd for the H bidding. Andy Isabella to 99 for the I's. There's another Dwayne Haskins parallel purple, just base purple prism. Peyton Manning parallel. And here's Hardiman Jr. again to 99. McCole. And another Dwayne Haskins parallel. So it's like they all came out of the same box. They all practically came out of the same pack. But that's the orange parallel of Dwayne Haskins. So just like that, you got the orange, the purple, and the base prism all out of one box. Almost practically consecutively. So we have got, I guess this is box number 12 that I'm taking out of the wrappers right now. So we've got 4 boxes plus this one left to find some hits in. And considering that we have 5 per box, we still got quite a few we can find. 25 more hits to look at and hopefully find what you're looking for if we haven't hit it yet. Tom Brady to 99. Alan Hurd for the H. Big Al. Again, purple are not numbered, but I don't know why. Sometimes I still flip them over. Hunter Renfrow for the R's. DK Metcalf, that is a guy who made a splash at the Combine. Improved his stock a little bit, I would say, based on his performance. An orange Sparty for the mascots. Brett Ripon to 25 for the R's. Excuse me. And this is Stanley Morgan Jr. for the M's. A Crusade Butler to 75 with a Baker Mayfield. And I started saying the Browns. No, and the M's. Old habits. Joe Jackson to the Jays, for the Jays, to 99. Okay, now he's trying to, see, this is what happens. These cards get this little bit of curve on them, and then they just want to go crazy and go everywhere. So we have to constantly create a space for them to keep them happy. Mike needs a Will Greer. All right, Mike. Let's try to get you a Will Greer. We will do our best. There's Brutus Buckeye. Purple parallel for mascots. Mac Wilson, W. Another mascot, Big Al parallel. Debo Samuel for the S. Damian Harris, Purple Crusade. DeMarcus Lodge for the L's. Little Peyton Manning. There's Kyle Shermer for the S. Was that? No, that was Myles Gaskin. Thought there was somebody else there for a second. Little Russell Wilson to 75. DeAndre Walker, W's. Ryan Finley. Yeah, Victor, you've done pretty well with your S bidding position tonight. S's have hit quite a bit. He says the S is for sniper. Hey man, I'm with you. I told you. I told you guys for a long time now. I like Auction Sniper. I use it. I think I win more using it. So I'm all right with that. And I still hate it when people snipe me. Oh yeah, it's like the worst when somebody comes along and snags it from you and you think you've got it won. So yeah, I don't like it when it happens to me for sure. But do I use it? Oh yeah, I use it all the time. David Johnson refractor. Here is Drew Sample to 25. The S. There's a Drew Lock Crusade. Andy Isabella, Eyes. Noah says since Victor is his cousin by blood, that whatever's Victor's is his too. Well, there you go. So see, just like beat him up and take it. You know, that's how it goes, right? It's love amongst cousins. Cody Thompson with the T. I talked my cousins out of tons of cards when we were kids. Tons of them. So yeah, I mean, of course, you know, they were most of my cousins that collected cards were, well, most of my cousins, period, were guys. Jazz Ferguson, F. And so, you know, I couldn't exactly beat them up, but nor were they going to beat me up. But I did talk them out of some good stuff here and there. Julio Jones to 99. Jeffrey Simmons, S. Hey, Sting Lover. How are you doing, man? You've been quiet in there tonight. I didn't even know if you were here for sure or not. Paris Campbell refractor for the C's. Next to last. So box number 15 coming out of the plastic. All right, we're drawing closer to the end of it. We got to find our fire. Jordan Scarlett, more S's. Ah, you were at Applebee's. Nice. See, you're making me hungry now, Stang Lover. I did not eat a proper dinner at all because we were too busy watching March Madness. Tim Tebow to 25 for the T's. Yeah, and then we were too sad. We were too busy watching it, and then we were very sad after the Wildcats lost. Caden Smith, also an S. Victor says, yeah, he wants to leave something for the other guys, so he didn't want to see any, he wants to give up on the S's, see some other things come out. Well, that's very generous of you, Victor. We'll see if that works or not. I don't know if it will. DeAndre Hopkins base refractor and a Dax Raymond for the R's. Right next door, of course. Right next door to the S, but the R on that one. Some Melvin Gordon All-American parallel numbered to 99. Jalen Ferguson for the F. DK Metcalf with a base prism. Christian McCaffrey. Here comes Trayvon Williams, W. Darrell Henderson to 99 for the H. Now we're on Last Box Mojo. We got to fire it up. We got to look for the big hit. If any of you are old enough to remember a show called Good Times, character on there named JJ in the 70s, say dynamite. That's what we need right now. We need a dynamite hit. Of course, we will recap after we look through these cards from this last box here. We'll do a quick little recap through the autograph hits and the low-numbered stuff. We won't, review all the numbered stuff because there's quite a bit of it, but we'll do some of the lower-numbered stuff. Stang Lover needs P's and Q's in here. All right. Preston Williams for the W's, numbered to 49 with a mojo. So Paris Campbell orange that went by. Brian Burns for the B's, numbered to 99. There's a John Elway to 49, mojo for the E. Tony Pollard. There you go, Stang Lover. There's your P. Numbered to 75 with Tony Pollard. It's another Paris Campbell base refractor. A Big Owl purple parallel unnumbered. LaJordan Humphrey for the H. This is numbered to 75, Miles Gaskin. And here come the very last of it. It is Josh Jacobs. Josh is numbered to 49, another mojo. Out for the J bidding position, N'Keal Harry, and a Crusade parallel for the H. All right, so that's the case. That's the break of it, but we got a lot to recap because, well, yeah, 5 autographs per box, 16 boxes, a lot. Here's some of the lower numbered things. They don't have autographs attached, but I set them aside just because they were lower numbered. This is not by any means all the numbered stuff. It's just a few things I set aside. To 49, the Elway, the Tim Tebow to 25. Then you have the Christian McCaffrey to 49. The Josh Jacobs to 49. A mascot. Oh, Sparty to 49. And then the Daniel Jones, that's nice, to 10 for the Jays. Next up, we're going to recap it. So that's I'm not going to read all these off again because, of course, right, we already read them all off, and there's a lot of them, but I will take another little pass through them for those of you who might have missed it the first time you want to get another look at what came out of here tonight. There were a lot of H's, a lot of S's, as we might expect. But plenty of other letters pulled as well. So all in all, not too bad in distribution. But definitely I would say, I mean, haven't counted them, but going through it, yeah, it was probably worth your snipe there, Victor. You probably, you got a pretty good number of S hits, I believe. Not too shabby. And Stanglover, I think you had some other P's as well, besides that one that you saw right there at the end. I think there were some other P hits as well, so I don't think that's the only one you got out of there. But you know, there's a lot of them, so it's harder for me to keep track mentally. Well, that and the fact that I'm old, my brain's tired, and it got short-circuited today from screaming at the television set during March Madness, and you know, like that. But, oh well. I'm sure I'm not the only one who was screaming at the television today for various points in time. Alrighty, so guys and gals, that is the break for tonight. Let me put up spreadsheet information here one final time for those of you who are interested in knowing what's coming up in the days ahead. Someone asked me earlier when the next Prizm is, so we can take a look at that here. It looks like it is scheduled for Thursday night. So tomorrow night, National Treasures Football, the final case I have of that. Inception Baseball. Tuesday night, an autographed football jersey from Leaf and a half case of 2019 Donruss Baseball, start of a new case. Wednesday, we're going to start early, 8:30 Eastern, which means your auctions are also going to be ending on eBay earlier than normal. Be a 16-box case of Court Kings Basketball, which comes out that day, and a half case of Gypsy Queen Baseball, which will be the start of a new case. Thursday, we'll open Gold Rush Trifecta Football. It's Series 2. They sold out of Series 1. So, once again, 3 autographed memorabilia items. It can be jerseys, cleats, mini helmets. Let me think what else can be in there. 16 by 20 photographs, football itself. Anyway, 3 autographed items. They've been a lot of fun, the ones we've opened so far. Another case of Court Kings will be on Thursday night, and another case of Draft Picks Football, Prizm Draft Picks Football. On Friday, we'll open a Leaf Multisport jersey. I think that's the last one of those that I have. A 6th case of Inception Baseball and a 3rd case of Court Kings Basketball. Now, shipping-wise, here's what we're looking at, kids. The autographed baseballs, once again, projected to go out approximately a week after the break, and that is meaning at the latest for the free shipping stuff. It usually goes out way sooner than that, but that is the latest that a free shipping item would go out, the date that you see there on the screen. Now, for our paid shipping breaks, of course, which was Valiant and Prizm Draft Picks, projected to get on the way to you by Thursday. Now, if the week goes really well, I might be able to get it out sooner. If it goes really poorly, it could go to a day later. My best estimate right now is Thursday, because I know I'm going to lose one whole day of shipping, basically, to the accountant and the tax man. Ooh, boo. And what else? If you got skunked in Valiant and you did not pull anything, or if you didn't pull a single card, base or otherwise, in Prizm Draft Picks, your consolation cards would ship out with the rest of the break because they are paid shipping breaks. If you got skunked in the autographed baseball break, typically I would hold on to your consolation card and ship it the next time you had a package heading your way, because it is a free shipping break. But if you want it sent sooner, you need only to send me a message and let me know, and I will gladly get that taken care of for you. And we already saw that, so we don't need that again. So yeah, I guess that's it for me tonight. Let me catch up here and see if I missed anything on chat. Oh, Stang Lover, you said you saw a smiley something go by. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I do sort of remember seeing a guy draw a smiley face, but I don't remember who the guy was. Wonder if hang on a minute. Let's see if I can see it for you, Stang Lover. And Noah said, keep the auctions as it is so that your cousin can snipe everyone. And Victor says he did have fun because he got the teams he wanted through sniping, so he did have fun. Stang Lover, I am looking for that guy. Oh, here it is. Although I got to fix the focus again. Hang on. It is actually a W. I got to put the focus back so we can look at it up close. Sorry, I had put autofocus back on. So even though you see the P on it, the guy's name is actually Preston Williams, and he did, have a little smiley face, and it does have a P and a P, but whatever the case, his name is Preston Williams, so it actually does go to the W's, but there are other P's in there, Stang Lover. I'm certain of that. I'm pretty certain of that. I just don't remember specifically who they were. All right, kids. Well, I guess that is it for me tonight. Once again, thank you for spending a part of your evening with me. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. And remember, we will be back at it tomorrow night with National Treasures football and Inception baseball. So hopefully I will see you again soon. If not, then maybe later in the week. Have a great week. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.